I watched Newsies the day before yesterday and I am physically unable to get this exchange out of my head. I smell money. You smell foul. Met this girl last night. Move your elbow. Pass the towel. For $1 I might. Need a fine life. Hello darlings, it's Tess and welcome back to my channel. For the 1000th time, I'm going to apologise about the traffic noise outside. We do live next to a highway, and instead of shooting this in my room where the traffic noise is not so bad, I am filming out here today because it is a hot day today. This room is cooler. It is unbearable in my room. So here I am. That's why I don't have all of my cool posters behind me, but you know, maybe that's a bit busy for a YouTube aesthetic anyway. Whatever, I don't know. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my current favorites. I'm gonna link as many as I can down below, or at least something similar. Okay, first off, what I'm wearing. I've had this bow for years. I got it on Etsy. I'll try and search what shop and I'll link it down below. But it is a beautiful seafoam mermaid style bow, and I am wearing it because it matches, or coordinates at least, perfectly with the shirt and the overalls that I am wearing. So let's take a look at them, shall we? So I think you guys have seen these before. I did a video of some new clothes that I purchased at the beginning of last year because I noticed I didn't have many things that fit me. So I had this shirt for a while. It is gorgeous kitten d'amour with a balloon pattern. And then I bought these overalls just because they're, you know, witchy, moon, lovely, and I love the color. And so I have loved putting them together, and I often wear them like just with this shirt because I don't even have any other blue shirts, and I just think they look so good together. So that is what I'm wearing. That is my fave, and it is very, very good for a hot day like today. So if you've been here for longer than 5 minutes, you know that one of my absolute creative idols is the art witch Molly Roberts. She teaches all of her followers, or she calls us moon babies or unicorns sometimes. She teaches all of us how to make art into magic and magic into art. Think DIY, crafty, rainbow, chaotic, thrifty, sparkly aesthetic where everything is beautiful because you made it. For example, making an old vinyl LP record into a harvest mandala by sticking beans and pasta and other stuff that you have spray painted onto it to represent the fruits of the harvest. She has a channel, a Patreon with an incredible library of exclusive videos. There's also a tier where you can get Art Witch mail from her, which I am on, so I have the honor to get some of her art physically each month. But yes, there are many levels you can join, including that one. She has a shop that sells her art, but most excitingly, she also has a book that came out last year. And also, before the book, there are the amazing Art Witch Oracle cards. It is a delightfully small deck. Sometimes the really over-the-top long ones can get really overwhelming for me. And each card is illustrated in the standard, perfect, chaotic Molly look, and the meanings and symbols are so unique. Merson, art methods, scissors, paint, bird, vampire. It's available on her shop, as is the book. My next favorite is not just an item, but it's actually a project that I'm using the item for. I'm using my Observer's Butterfly notebook that I got years ago. I think there's a video on my channel of Vlogmas 2018 where I'm opening it and I get all excited. So if that's, I'll play that video if that's the case. Okay. It is a, ooh. Oh, it's a thing. It is an ooh. Ooh, butterflies!
Ooh, butterflies!
We like butterflies in this economy.
We like butterflies in this economy.
Oh, cool! So I've had that book since then, and I've not known what to do with it except for using it for one of my resolutions this year. I want to consume more art and media that I want to see or watch or read, whatever it is. But I get stuck in sometimes not wanting to see or read that stuff because I'm worried that I won't like it or that it will make me really insecure somehow. It makes me feel simultaneously toxically capable, as in like I'm looking at a thing and it's like, oh well, I've had ideas like this or like that, and you know, I could have made this, never as good, but you know, I didn't work hard enough to even try. So that's like toxically capable, but then also toxically incapable, being like, you know, oh god, even if it's similar than your ideas, you'd never make it as good as this ever, so you know, why do you even try, you're such a loser, etc. I love having crippling anxiety and self-doubt. Anyway, I've decided to keep note of what I am watching and reading and seeing and listening to. Another thing I want to do this year is get into podcasts because so many people swear by them. If I haven't already said, especially the big resolution for my Observer's Notebook is I want to read more, because I was an inhaler of books back in the day. That's kind of what happens if you learn to read at 2.5 and then love creative writing after that, so you just read everything. You know that little list of books that Matilda has, that she read in Matilda, where it's like Moby Dick, Great Expectations, something else. When I read that book at like 5 or 6 years old, I was like, I have to read those books too, and so I did, but it was so long ago that I've forgotten about them. But my university years to now have just been film. Like, I'm lucky if I read 3 books a year. And back in the day, depending on what books they were or like what I was doing, maybe if I was on holidays instead of school, I could read 3 books in a week, honestly. I honestly often forget that my signature creative activity before I started with film was writing. I did originally think, you know, oh yeah, wouldn't it be cool to become just a novel writer, a creative writer? So now if I'm writing again, it can inform my film career that I have now developed with writing my screenplays. But I have also intended that throughout, at some point in my life, I want to try writing some other stuff that's not just screenplays. So, the Observer's Notebook is for my observations on film and books and music and podcasts and visual art and everything else you could imagine. So if I've not seen the thing or read the thing, whatever, if I've not seen it or read it, then I can record my reactions. And if I have read it or seen it before, then I can do some really cool kind of analysis and really get into why it's so powerful to me and why it inspires me so much. Art observations plus observations book. I felt very clever when I put those two together. Alright, next up in my list of favorites is this incredible, magical sticker book that my friend Laura gave me for Christmas from an amazing bookstore here in Sydney, Australia called Kino Kanuya. And I think they have an online store that ships worldwide, but their shop in Sydney is like the place to go. So if you're a book lover and you ever visit Sydney, you gotta go. It's so good. I actually recognize some of the stickers that are in there, so I think it's a collaboration of different artists from around the world. It's just incredible designs and quality, as you can see. Art witchery sticker book. I don't think few things exist that are more Tess than particularly this one, so Laura did a very good job picking it out. There's a reason she's my bestie. So next item are my new sheets, or sheets that I got a few months ago, because I had needed new sheets for approximately 2 years. I only had one set that I just used over and over. So that's like, I would only wash it sometimes because it would be the only one I have. So that's just gross. So now I have my new sheets, and I actually have a dress in the same pattern that you guys have seen in a OOTD video that I posted. But yeah, it's Monet paintings on one side of the duvet cover, blue water lilies, and then it's the Photoshop collage of all of his paintings is on the other side. And that's more colourful, so obviously that's the side I prefer. I am sleeping very happily under these sheets. Black Milk flung this ad at me and I completely ate it up. Right, moving on. Right, next up. This is my liege man of life and limb in the great fight to stop buying coffee and to instead make it myself. And I have actually been succeeding, I will say. I'm very happy to tell you that. My next favorite is something very small but very powerful in my opinion, and I've been wanting something like it for a while. It's actually an obsidian arrowhead. I'm pretty sure it's obsidian. It's either onyx or obsidian, and you girls too stupid to tell the difference. I've forgotten what half of my crystals are, guys. I'm such a bad witch. Anyway, I got it, and it was calling out to me. And you guys know that my main deity that I honor is Bridget, the Celtic goddess of fire and creativity. But another goddess that I kind of feel a little bit, as in that I want to honor, is Freya, the Norse goddess of war. And that's got nothing to do with me. In terms of my ancestry, I am Celt, not Norse, not Viking. But let's say I listened to the Karen O cover of Immigrant Song one day, and I just imagined a certain voice that was channeling through her as she was making that song, because that song is... Someone needs to make a fan edit of The Northman with that song, and should I do it? Should I like unironically do it? Maybe. Anyway, I just felt some type of way about who Karen O was channeling when she recorded that particular song. But yeah, it's crazy, that song is crazy, and the night I saw The Northman, I was walking home literally just blaring that in my headphones, so, you know. Anyway, so that song just played in my head when I saw this little obsidian arrowhead, and as you can see now, I have it sitting there, protecting my altar with my berserker ring. So Bridget's my main gal, but if Freya feels like looking down, then, you know, fine by me. Enjoy the offering. Bonus favorite, also vaguely magic related. That's right, people, my Samhain pumpkin is still going strong. And one thing I will say is that one of the oracle cards I got just on Samhain, I think maybe 29th, 30th, 31st of October, was the pumpkin card reversed, and the meaning of that card is that there is no limit to your creative power and really good things are ahead for you if you work hard, blah blah blah. So the pumpkin therefore to me became something, it's already like got a lovely place in Samhain, but now I just attach so much love to this little pumpkin, and I thought it would obviously be rotten by now because it's friggin' January. Nope, it is absolutely fine. So I am keeping it for as long as possible because to me this is a sign that that oracle card meant business. So darlings, those are my current favorites. Some of them I've had for months, even years, and then some of them are indeed new. I think it's really important to find new ways to appreciate what you have already. For example, my list of books is insanely long. Insert editing tests of counting how long it actually is. We're at 306 for the books list, and I stopped counting the films at 400. So I have that list, and there are plenty on it that I'm just chomping at the bit to read, but I am prioritizing the books that I already own, so that I get through them and I don't spend money that I don't have on more books, because no more physical books can fit into my room. I would love for you guys to comment down below what your current favorites are, or if you like any of mine. And comment especially if you have a recommendation. I'm doing film, I'm doing TV shows, I'm doing books, fiction or non-fiction, other kinds of writing like articles and stuff. Anything that you think I would like, please drop it down below. So, you're magic, stay hopeful, and remember, I love you, keep going.